your girl. I am back with another story time. Now, let me tell y'all how this particular story time came about far as an idea. Yesterday, while coming home in the car, we were talking about careers, jobs. Y'all all know Jazz is getting ready to start an internship in the next week. And, you know, we was just talking about real life drama that happens in the workplace. And I have actually experienced it in its worst capacity. Now, I know y'all probably like, Steph, the title said I almost whooped my boss's ass because I got fired. Now, y'all, clearly, y'all know I'm human. I make mistakes too. However, what she fired me for was uncalled for. I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there. I am not going to name the company because clearly it had nothing to do with the company per se, yet I am a firm believer. People work for people. People don't work for companies. Let's just face it. We work for people who have to earn and gain our respect. I can respect a title, but if you want me to respect you as the person you are, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to earn that. That's real talk, okay? So, to set the tone for this was over 10 years ago. 10 years ago, so clearly y'all know there was life after this termination. However, y'all, yesterday when I was telling this story, Jasmine is the one that gave me the idea. This needs to be a story time, because she was like, Mommy, you are like all the way back in the moment when it happened. Y'all know how I am when I tell a story. I take you there. I give you a visual. You feel like you sitting right there in the office when Kathy fired me. Yep, that troll's name was Kathy. And here we go. Now, 10 years ago, your girl worked for this company, and y'all, when I say I would give my all. However, this particular company truly showed me that you can give 120, 150% of yourself, and guess what? It still will never be enough. And when I tell y'all, like, I was thriving with this company. I was wanting to grow with them, and I hit a glass ceiling. Well, in the process of hitting this glass ceiling, you know, we got a new district manager, okay? And this new district manager, you know, she started, and you know, she came from another company, and I already know how it rolls. I've been a district manager myself, and that is part of my resume. I did it for almost 6 years. Y'all know the story though. I had Jada, I had to get that up because I had to be home with my kids, okay? However, I know that when, you know, you're brand new, when you come on board and, you know, you want to bring people from your old company, you want to bring them over to your new company. Let's face it, I've done it before. You want to work with people that you're comfortable with and you already know their performance. But is it fair? Is it fair that you're not willing to take a risk, jump out on faith, and actually learn about the team that you currently just inherited? Well, let me tell y'all what this heifer did. She came. She had only been there a month. No, a month. This troll, and y'all, Kathy is a troll. She will forever be a troll. And I already feel my blood pressure like rising. Like, I ain't on meds no more, but maybe I need to do a little Nam Yo Renge Kyo before I tell this damn story. So hold on, pause. Jesus, be with me. God, be with me as I tell this story. Because guess what? Y'all gonna learn something today, okay? Because there's a moral behind this. I promise you, there's a moral. So, Jackie came. Oh, damn, I done gave her for another name. Because you know what? I done had a Jackie in the leadership role. She was my regional, okay? But we talking about Kathy ass, okay? Kathy Kathy came to my store one day. Now y'all, let me just give y'all a little credentials on where I was working. Your girl's store was in the top 25. They projected my store to do 1.4 million the first year it opened. It doubled its sales, okay? Doubled, possibly tripled it, okay? That was 10 years ago. Y'all know I don't forget shit, but I do brain dumps. Yeah, I do brain dumps. However, I was very successful at this store. When I tell you, like, I had the worst onboarding process that you could possibly ever have, to the point that the staff was hired when we all were opening the store, and you know, everybody quit the day that we were supposed to start training. And your girl, me, Stephanie, you know, because I had already been a district manager before, you know, I knew how to pull together my resources, network, and get a team hired. And that I did. Now, I saved that district manager's ass in the very beginning. And I ain't gonna lie, she was forever grateful. However, I had a great team. I was able to pick and establish the team that I wanted in this brand new store that I was opening. Like I said, phenomenal numbers. Like, grand opening was huge. I had a 0.25 shrink. That was the lowest in my entire retail management career. The lowest I've ever had. And I'm not gonna lie, I was able to toot my own damn horn and like be a proud chick. Because once again, remember, I gave this store my all. And this was definitely a moment of, like, I guess, identifying my strengths in retail management. So when I tell y'all, I was feeling really good about where I was in life at that moment, until this trick came along. She came to my store one day. I'll never forget it, y'all. August the 1st, 10 years ago, okay? Came to my store, and y'all, I was scheduled from 9 to 6. She came, she did a store visit, audit, all of that, y'all. This heifer, like, let me work the whole freaking shift, not knowing she was gonna term me at the end of that shift. Well, let me tell y'all what Kathy did. It's 5:45. In 15 minutes, 20 minutes sometimes, prior to my shift ending, you know, I'm the type of person, you know, I like to touch base with the staff, make sure everybody knows, like, you know, what we're up against, you know, if we're up and down on sales, you know, what I need you to do to, you know, let's kick it in a high gear, blah, 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 okay? Then I like to just make sure that, you know, I'm ready. When it's time to go, I'm not the type of manager that I like to be hanging around the stove. No, I had a family to get home to, okay? And at the time, my girls were young. So here it is. She follows me to the back. Now, she done came up with this whole action plan that, you know, we're going to work on for the next 30, 60, 90 days. And this is what we're going to do. So why would I have any, like, suspicion that this bitch gonna be shady? And when I say shady, y'all, I mean shady. Did I say shady? Shady. Anywho, this heifer come back down. She was like,
Stephanie, I need to talk to you.
Okay. Homegirl took me into the manager's office. She asked me to have a seat. I told her I declined. I just prefer to stand up. I'm on my way out, and you know, what is it that you want? And so she had told me that she was sad to bring up that she was letting me go. Excuse me? Like, what did you just say? She repeated herself, because Kathy was bold like that, okay? Kathy said,
I'm gonna have to let you go.
She pulled out her little file, and she had a final written notice.
Now, mind you, I'm thinking, when did I get the first, the second, and now we at the third?
Like, when? You know, what have I done to warrant you to fire me? Y'all, this was the dumbest. And you know how they say it is certain things that you can get terminated for or fired for, that, you know, such as getting to work late. That's a dumb reason to get fired, because you control that. You know, shit that you can control, those are things that, you know, if you steal, you can control that. But this is what this heifer said. This is why I was talking to Jasmine about shady people that you work with. There was a assistant manager that worked for me, and she got promoted. And she got promoted to go work at a new store that had opened. Well, this trick, I know her name, and her name is Sandy, okay? This heifer got promoted from up under me, which, you know, that speaks volumes when you can have people get promoted up under you. It shows that you're a great leader. You teach people what you know because you want to see them grow. That's just the type of leader I am, okay? Because this is how I look at it. I ain't gonna always be here. And if I want to grow with a company, clearly I gotta train somebody else to take my damn place. Well, that's what I did with Sandra, okay? Sandy, Sandra, whatever her name, Sarah. That was her name, y'all. Ooh, it just came flooding back to me all at once. Sarah was running this brand new location that I helped set up, helped her put together, all of this, okay? Well, we were having a back to school sale, okay? And I went to her store because she getting all the new stuff that's coming out. You know, mine's, we don't replenish fast enough because, like, soon as we get it, it's sold. This is how busy my store was. So because I knew she would have everything in the new, and it was in a lower volume mall and all of that, and that was no shade. None whatsoever, okay? Anywho, I went to her store the night before. I was not on the clock. I was not scheduled to work at her store or anything like that. I asked her as a courtesy, store manager to store manager, is it possible that I'm gonna let my daughter pick out whatever she wants, and, you know, she's gonna try on everything, so then in the morning when our employee discount extension starts, I'm gonna just come back over here first thing in the morning. I'll be your first sale of the day. And when I'm telling y'all, like, I spent like $300-400, and this was with like a 50% off sale. So Jasmine was getting ready to go back to school, and y'all already know my girl is fly. Y'all already know that. So your mama work at a clothing store that sell trendy-ish. It's like, okay, you gonna be squared away, and that's what she was gonna be. Until Sarah did the most deceitful thing. Y'all, the next morning I went back after Sarah agreed to put the stuff on hold. This heifer took a picture with her flip damn phone, okay? She over here taking pictures and shit of holes, and she texts the district manager a picture of a hole that was for me. Shady, right? Yeah, you never know when a bitch wants your job, okay? Just know that. You never know. This heifer, text her, call her, send her a picture. The next morning I get there. Keep in mind, didn't I say she took a picture? She sent it to the DM, right? This heifer had her staff put all my baby ish up. So when I get there the next morning, no hole was held, okay? Everything was put away, and yes, I was pissed off because she then now saying, oh, you know, I checked company policy, and company policy says that we shouldn't put stuff on hold. Well, bitch, your ass been breaking that damn rule forever. If y'all have ever worked in apparel, retail, I know there are people that work at the store that put shit on hold. It was happening before I got fired. I'm pretty sure it happened after I got fired. And guess what? I've worked for 2 other companies after this. And guess what? People still do that shit. So it was like she had to find, you had to go digging to find something on me, okay? Because your girl, I was clean. I am a by the book, black and white. I don't see gray. Let's follow the rules and let's be legit and get our shit, okay?
So should I run? Too legit, but quick. Hey.
Anywho, back to the story. So, back to Kathy firing me. She mentions that is why she was letting me go, because of a hold. A hold, y'all. Keep in mind, it was no longer on hold when I got there the next morning, okay? So y'all, this is when Kathy realized she done fucked up. You don't bring a now very pissed off, angry ass black woman to an office with the door closed, no witnesses, and you lock the door. All I'm saying, Kathy was sitting down. Y'all remember that, right? Kathy was sitting down. So let me just tell y'all, this is exactly what I did. I looked at her. Kathy hands me the write-up, the final warning. I looked at it. Bitch, you tried it. You tried it. Now, y'all already know, my hands is free, right? Because I done ripped up a piece of paper. I stepped to Kathy, okay? I stepped to her. Walked up on her, just like I'm walking up on y'all right now. And y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a reenactment of what I said to Kathy ass. I said, you bet not ever let me see your ass in the streets, because if and when I do, I'm gonna fuck you up. Did y'all hear what I said? I told Kathy in this enclosed office, door shut, no windows that you can see, I'ma fuck you up if I ever see you outside of these premises. Cause that is the stupidest reason in my entire retail management career that I can say of me hearing of anybody getting fired. Anybody. Did I say anybody? Anybody. Zero. Kathy was shook. Let's just say it was safe to say that. Because she realized, literally y'all, she fucked up. You don't bring somebody that, first of all, you've never seen me get bouted, okay? I'm happy-go-lucky, carefree type of chick. Love to just have fun, smiling, dancing on the sales floor with the customers and ish. And you bring me back here and you just mess up my whole vibe. You just saw a whole nother side of Stephanie that you really didn't want to see. Y'all, I reached over her, and when I say over her, like our bodies touched, grabbed my pocketbook, and like now she's like reaching for the door because she's scared as shit. And for those of y'all want to know, because I'm pretty sure somebody gonna ask, Kathy was Caucasian. She was a very shook white lady that day, okay? Because now I done ripped up her like, I guess I didn't even read it, so I can't even tell y'all if it was well written or what, okay? But her very put together final termination paperwork, I done ripped the shit up, okay? So she trying to like open the door now because she heard people in the stock room. So she's like, I need witnesses. Y'all, don't play me. Don't. I grabbed my purse, and when I went to go to the locked drawer to get like my file, like all my evaluations, everything, when I went to go get that out, she wouldn't let me. She took the keys from me, and I was just like, you know what? All this shit hanging around in this office, #1 store this, #1 shrink, #1 in sales, #1 blah blah blah. I'm the one that sets the bar high. All of this is because of me. And I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all don't take nothing from this, take what I'm about to say to y'all right now. Put this in your pocket and save it for future use. When you get evaluations, don't ever keep that shit on the job's premises. Not in a locker, not in a locked manager's drawer, none of that. Because once they terminate you, that becomes their property. Lesson learned. So I walk out, y'all. My staff see me. I'm furious. Y'all already know, like, I'm a light-skinned girl, you know, but I was red. With red hair. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I walked out that back room. My staff, and when I say I had like a number one homeboy that worked there, his name was CJ. When I say CJ was ride or die, he was like, when he saw my face, he was like in the middle of ringing somebody up. He was like, oh shit, hold up, you on pause. He came running over to my rescue. He was like, what's going on, boo? And I was like, bitch just fired me. He was like, no, she didn't. I'm like, CJ, I want you to get fired, okay? So this is what I'm gonna do. I got this. Y'all ain't gonna lie. Before I left the store, you know, I had to walk past the accessories. I knocked shit down. I had to walk past some racks of clothes. I ain't gonna lie. I knocked shit down. I was being petty. But you know what? When you mad, petty is good. Petty is excusable, okay? This heifer, I told her I was gonna fuck her up if I ever see her in the street. Well, CJ told her, since his manager just got fired, he got to go. He was like, because he is distraught. He is feeling the backlash of his manager getting fired. So, y'all, when I say he ride or die, yup, he went and got his man bag. And he went and told them trolls, y'all bitches know what to do. And he clocked out. Funny thing, why Kathy ain't fired him for that? It's all good though. It's all good. Cause CJ said when he went back later that night, cause you know Kathy had to close that store, right? Yeah. Kathy closed the store. Kathy done called her husband, who was a Durham County police officer, because she said I threatened her. Well, y'all, she ain't lying, I did. Confessions. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all, I wasn't fazed. I wasn't bothered. I was just like, lesson learned. And you know what? I got this. I got this. So I'm gonna fast forward 3 months later. Well, 1 month later, your girl found another job, and I still was doing management. And yes, I told the manager exactly why I got termed. Why? Ain't no shame in my game. If y'all gonna call my previous employer and find out about my work performance, they're gonna tell you that, but they also need to tell your ass the good, okay? But they wasn't seem to be bothered by that because, like I said, all people in retail put shit on hold. Anywho, a new store opened. It just so happened in my mall, and y'all already know this heifer was the DM. So yes, I go down there for the grand opening, and who do I walk in the door and I see? Kathy. Y'all, Kathy could have swore she saw a damn ghost, because Kathy was shook the hell up. Kathy was like, this bitch just bounced up with my ass. Let me just tell y'all this. I was hurt. I was very, very, very hurt when I got termed from this job. Very. When I tell you, it changed the game for me. It put perspective on shit that I probably didn't have perspective on, okay? But it put everything in order for me. And y'all, I had prayed and I asked God to not allow that to hinder me. And because y'all already know, I serve an awesome God. It's my daddy. That's the only one I'm calling daddy, okay? That's my daddy, all right? He has said he got me. He told me this. Because 1 month later, God probably knew I needed a little break. I needed to recuperate and then go back and jump back in. Well, this was the deal. God, you know, I guess he wanted to see if like I had a forgiving heart and like if I was really gonna let some shit go. So he put Kathy in my damn path that day, y'all. I'm walking out,
La 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 la.
and then I see this heifer. All I could do, honestly, is laugh. Y'all know laughing is a coping mechanism, right? Laugh. And y'all, when Kathy saw me, you might as well say Kathy thought she saw a damn ghost, okay? Because she was like, oh no, not the little deranged black woman I done came in contact with again. Well, I told y'all God was testing me, and y'all, I had to show the act of forgiveness and that I can move on and carry on. So y'all already know he done blessed me with a new job, you know, more money, more benefits, a more controlled environment far as like working in retail management, just where my responsibility was there, but it kind of wasn't. It kind of wasn't. But it was the setup for something even better to come up after. So y'all, Kathy, yeah, her, y'all remember her. I walked by Kathy and she immediately addressed me. She was like,
Hi, Stephanie.
y'all, I was like, hey Kathy. Y'all, I never thought I could be phony or fake because it's just not in my DNA. Like, I don't have a phony and fake gene, okay? I just don't have that. Yet, I do have a sense of professionalism. And I do believe that, you know what? The way you treat people will come back and catch up with you one day, okay? So I was professional. I spoke to Kathy. I said hello. Now I ain't standing there and have a whole damn conversation and ask her how cheering doing or anything like that. Nah, it wasn't none of that, okay? Yet I didn't even tell her like where I was currently working, any of that, cause this now is not none of her damn business. But let me tell y'all, walked in, did my little shopping. I did not patronize that business that day. No ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. And for a while after I got terminated from that store, that company, I couldn't shop with them for a while. Okay, like I seriously went into a withdrawal when it came to this company. And like I said, it had nothing to do with the company. It was the people you work for. Y'all, let's just say this is how this ish played out. Karma is a bitch, okay? I walked back by Kathy and I said goodbye, and I wished her well on a brand new store opening and future stores to open later, because that's just who I am. Y'all, do you know 6 months later, that heifer was no longer there? 6 months later, she was gone. And let's just fast forward 6 months later, I had done did another career change. And I just really feel like God blessed me with something for the meantime, but what came better was when I worked for Cracker Barrel. So I'll tell y'all that company, because that company truly did bring me peace. It brought me peace, and literally it brought my quality of life back. And when I mean quality of life, I'm talking about my children, y'all. Yep. That's when daddy was deployed and they needed me. Yet, this is how karma comes back to bite you. Because the store that I no longer worked for, they got a new district manager. The new district manager was working with a ex-assistant manager that worked for me. And she just wanted to know, like, oh my gosh, like I hear like all these like great things about like when this store like first opened, the first 5 years of it being in its existence, like how it operated, how it functioned, like what the hell happened? And so she told her what happened. And so she was like, do you happen to know like where this manager is now? And she said, yes, I do. Well, y'all, the new DM, she contacted me. Matter of fact, she paid me a visit. And she said that she heard about what happened. And, you know, she just was really interested in bringing me back on board. Now, ain't that some shit? And I'm like, me. I was the one that got fired over some dumb shit. You want little old me to come back? And she said, Stephanie, she was like, I can have all of that stuff like reversed. If you are labeled as non-rehireable, I can have all of that changed. She said, because honestly, she let the best thing go that she had going for that store. And she was like, I understand she was trying to bring her people in and create this dream team. But however, she said the dream team was a fucking fail. Yeah, I said that, a fail. Okay. And so y'all, this is how I said karma. No matter what, apologies, you know, you was done wrong. I understand why you wanted to whoop her ass. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. And I just told her right now, I'm in a happy place and I am where God wants me to be. And right now, until I don't have a salty taste in my mouth about it, there's no way I could come back and then you still want me to run the same store I got fired from. Like, what they do shit like that at, okay? Karma's a bitch. However, that was my story, y'all, of how I almost whooped my boss's ass. Yeah, it took restraint. But y'all see, I'm still here, still going, still ticking, and I ain't give up, okay? There's a moral to this story. And for those of you who caught the moral of this story, y'all be sure to comment down below and let me know if you understand or you grasp my moral. And if you ever had some shit like this happen to you, I would love to hear some of y'all stories. And y'all, your girl is back with some story times, because y'all already know I got stories to tell, and I like y'all to feel like y'all was there in the moment with me. Okay, so y'all be sure to hit that subscribe button so that when new videos are uploaded, you guys will be notified first. Yeah, I think we need to start a notification gang. Who want to head that up? Y'all work it out amongst y'all. You know how y'all talk. Anywho, be sure to like, comment, and rate this video. And I will see you guys in the next vlog. Peace out.